What if I told you that one of the most underrated werewolf movies of the early 2000s is also one of the smartest blends of horror, action, and dark humor you've probably never seen? Dog Soldiers isn't just a cult favorite, it's a tight, thrilling survival story that still holds up 2 decades later. Today we're diving back into this wild, blood-soaked ride to see why it's more than just another monster movie. It's a must-watch rediscovery you'll want to share. Released in 2002, Dog Soldiers hit theaters during a wave of horror that was starting to shift toward remakes and CGI-heavy effects. Yet this British indie film dared to go against the grain with practical effects, gritty military realism, and a fresh take on the classic werewolf myth. While it didn't break big at the box office, it quickly earned a cult following for fans craving something raw, clever, and brutal. Neil Marshall, the director, was just beginning his career, and this film would lay the groundwork for his later success with The Descent and beyond. Dog Soldiers was made on a modest budget, but that didn't stop the team from delivering impressive practical creature effects that still look impressive today. Neil Marshall originally wanted to create a pure horror film, but during development, the military action elements and dark humor crept in, making the film stand out from typical werewolf fare. The cast, mostly British character actors, brought authentic camaraderie to the screen, which helps the audience really invest in their fight for survival. What sets Dog Soldiers apart is how seamlessly it blends genres. The story follows a squad of British soldiers on a training mission that quickly turns deadly when they discover they're being hunted by werewolves. It's a claustrophobic, high-tension survival thriller with moments of sharp, often dry British humor that punctuate the scares without undercutting them. Visually, the film uses the rugged Scottish Highlands backdrop to create a sense of isolation and impending doom. The practical effects, from werewolf makeup to blood and gore, feel tangible and visceral, a rarity as the industry was moving towards digital effects. On a thematic level, the movie explores trust and teamwork under pressure, as well as the primal fear of being hunted. The soldiers are not just fighting monsters, but also wrestling with internal conflicts and doubts, making their eventual survival feel earned and emotionally engaging. On your first viewing, you might get caught up in the action and horror thrills, but a second watch reveals how well the film balances tone. The dialogue is sharper, the character relationships deeper, and the pacing even more satisfying. You start to appreciate how the film respects classic horror tropes while subverting them with wit and grit. The use of practical effects grows more impressive, and the film's dark humor lands better, making the terrifying moments hit harder by contrast. Dog Soldiers reminds us that sometimes the best horror movies don't need massive budgets or blockbuster hype. They just need smart storytelling, memorable characters, and a fearless vision. It's a film that respects its roots but isn't afraid to rewrite the rulebook, and that's why it still feels fresh today. For horror fans and movie lovers alike, revisiting Dog Soldiers is like discovering a hidden war story where the monsters are real and the stakes couldn't be higher. So if you've never seen it or it's been a while, this is your sign to hit play and take another bite out of this feral, fierce classic.